It is Beginner Woodwork Wednesday, and today we're going to be talking all about dust collection. So I really feel like this whole topic could be covered in a really long video, but I'm going to try and make it pretty concise today. Dust collection can be a really intricate subject, and I feel like just like with all of these tools, sometimes you can get stuck in the rabbit hole, get a little lost in what you need. So I'm going to hit this from two different levels, from a beginner level, just entry level dust collection options, and then maybe if you want to step up your dust collection game a little bit, we'll talk about some intermediate options as well. Hey, so before we get too far into the video, I want to say thank you to everybody who has been so supportive of the Beginner Woodwork Wednesday series. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. If you have a tool that you really want to know more about, I am happy to talk about it and review it. Just leave me a comment below or send me a DM on the tool you would like me to cover. And if you are new to this series, just know that there are a whole bunch of videos out there for you to check out. Thank you for joining. I'm Brandy. I have a woodworking business and I have for about 7 years. I'm self-taught, but I've learned a lot along the way and I want to share it with you guys too. Okay, let's get started. Overall, I think there are two categories that you can put your tools into. There are the hand tools, which are your sanders, your handheld planers, sometimes your routers, your miter saw. Those all require a smaller horsepower or a little bit smaller dust collection system. Then you have your big machinery tools, which are your large size joiners, your table saw, your drum sander, your larger planers, 13-inch planers, things like that, that will be kicking out bigger chips of wood or strips of wood, and you want that to go into a higher amperage or a higher horsepower dust collection system. Now, I am not the expert in dust collection at all, but I have tried a bunch of different systems out and I know what works for me, and I know that this may not work for everybody. You might have your own favorite way of doing things, totally fine. But for the beginners who are following me and those of you who have asked questions, this is how I run my shop. With those bigger tools, I started out with a budget-friendly Grizzly 1 horsepower dust collection system. It looked like this, and it was fairly inexpensive. It only ran on 110, so you didn't need to add any plugs. You didn't need to change any way that you did your electrical in your shop, and you could plug it in and run it to whatever you want. And honestly, you guys, it did a really good job. And then I also had just a regular wet dry vac, shop vac that I got. It was a rigid. I actually still have it. It's over right there. And that is what I used on my miter saw and when I was sanding. If I was using, I had a Bosch sander in the very beginning, an orbital sander, and I would hook it straight up to my wet dry vac. I would turn that on, and anytime I was using my table saw or my bigger planer that I had, I would hook that up to the bigger dust collection system. So technically, if you're a beginner, you really need both systems, honestly, in my opinion. But you can do it very budget friendly. You can find a way to afford both sets of things, or maybe you already have one and you just need to add the other. Honestly though, it really depends on what tools you actually have in your shop. If you have the bigger machinery pieces like a larger planer, a jointer, a table saw, you're gonna want you're gonna want to have both machines, the wet dry vac and that you can use with your sander, and then the larger one to pull chips out of those bigger machinery pieces. Now, if you're wanting more of an intermediate setup, you are gonna want to start budgeting and saving up some of your pennies, because these things cost a little bit of money. By a little bit, I mean a lot. I saved up for a while, for a couple years, for this PFlux. This is the Laguna. It's a PFlux 1, and it is a 1.5 horsepower. It does have a HEPA filter inside, which was one of the things that I wanted. It also has a remote to turn it on and off, and it gives, there's a ton of power in this guy. So I can run quite a few machines off of one unit, which is what I wanted. Now, both this machine and the Grizzly that I talked about for the beginner setup, both of them will come with a 4 to 6 inch input port, which is this portion right here, where all the wood will be sucked into the machine. Now that 4 inch, you can use just regular PVC, or you can buy some flex PVC and start running your line out of the machine. Now listen, I know that there are a lot of pros out there who have the ins and outs of dust collection down, And I just want to say before I show you my setup, I'm not looking for suggestions. I have no question about whether or not I did this correctly. It works wonderfully for me. So if you want to nicely send me some suggestions, I will listen to them and talk to you about it. But if you're interested in telling me how my setup doesn't work correctly or I did it wrong, keep those to yourself, okay? Okay, let's go. Now this is how I have mine set up right now, and I love the way this works because I actually have two ports here. I have a port there and I have a port here. It is running from a 6-inch tube PVC here. It runs up 6-inch all the way down. Now technically you're not supposed to drop down to a 4-inch until the very last second, but I had to do this just because of what we had on hand. So we dropped it down to a 4-inch here and brought it down for this port. Reason being is I want to be able to run this to my miter saw and any tools that I have set up over here. And I wanted this to run to any tools I had set up over here. I like to pull tools out when I need them and put them back when I'm not using them. So I wanted a setup that wasn't permanent, that I could change from tool to tool. And I will show you how I'm doing that easily. I have a couple big machines. I have my jointer, I have my table saw, I have a planer over here, and then sometimes I hook up my little sander here. So I wanted the dust collection to be able to hop from machine to machine. So what I did was I bought this Dust Right system. It's a multi-tool set, a multi-port tool set, and it comes with a couple different ports in different sizes, as you can see here. And you hook these up permanently to each piece. So I have one here set up on my jointer, and then this just pops on and off when I'm using it. And I have one on my table saw right there, and then I have one on my planer over here as well. And I gotta tell you, it works like a charm. That Dust Right system makes it perfect, and I can just pop it onto whatever tool I'm using at the time. Okay, so for my hand tools, my sander, I was using this guy with this flex hose, and it would hook up to my sander whenever I was sanding a table, and to my miter saw. It was kind of permanently connected to my miter saw. And then since I have upgraded to the Festool CT48E, I absolutely love this guy. And you plug your saw directly into the dust collection so that when you turn the saw on, the dust collection automatically kicks on. I know that Rigid also offers one of their vacuums that does the same thing, and it's a pretty sweet little add-on that I really like. But this has definitely been worth the money. But honestly, you need to really decide for your shop, your budget, what works for you and what's worth upgrading and spending the money on. Okay, so I think that wraps up my entire dust collection portion to this series. I think I'm going to follow this up with a blog post and just describe all of the things that we talked about today, and then put some links to the sections for a beginner shop setup that I recommend, and then an intermediate shop setup that I have now. And I can put all those links in there for you guys just to try and make it a little more, I don't know, easy to understand or easy to purchase or easy to get what you need. Hopefully this is helpful. Please like, please share. I really appreciate all of that. And let me know what else you want me to cover. And if you have questions about this video, make sure you drop them in the comments and we can discuss it. I can talk about it in stories, whatever you guys need. Thanks for showing up.